Next up, Shan Huang is going to present part of her dissertation research, which she just defended a couple of weeks ago, which is a, woo! She'll be going on to become a professor at Washington University, which is fantastic. And she's going to be talking about a really important question, which is that we've seen a lot of research that shows that social advertising is more effective than non-social advertising. But how does this vary over different products and product categories, and why? Thanks, Shan.
Thank you, Sinan, for this very nice introduction. I'm very excited to be here and to present our research, which is on social advertising effectiveness across products using a very large-scale randomized field experiment. And this is a joint work with Sinan Arau, Jeffrey Hu, and Eric Brynjolfsson. And you might ask, what is the social advertising? Social advertising uses the power of the social influence to deliver the marketing communications and to promote products in digital social networks, such as Facebook, WeChat, and Twitter. Different from the traditional display ads, we can engage with the social ads in multiple manners. In addition to clicking on the ads, we can also like and comment on the ads. And more importantly, our likes and comments are also social cues, which are broadcast through the social networks to our peers and showing their ads. Seeing these likes and comments will make us more willing to engage with these ads. And this is precisely of an example of social influence, the effects of the social cues on users' ad engagement, making social ads more likely to be effective than the non-social ads. And nowadays, advertisers have placed very high expectations on social advertising. Within the past 4 years, social ad revenue has increased from $1 billion to $7 billion. And as you can see, not only the amount of the money is growing, but also the fraction of the social ad in the total internet ads revenue is growing each year. Well, some of the recent work has causally identified social ad effectiveness and social influence in product decisions. Almost all of the empirical evidence to date focused on a single product at a time. However, it might be very difficult to generalize the social influence and social ad effectiveness from one product, such as a car, to another, such as a toothpaste. When we are going to buy a car, we might be very much affected by our peers' decisions. However, when the decision comes to the toothpaste, we are mostly by ourselves. As a result, we still like a cross-product empirical evidence, which can lead us to a more generalized theory of social influence in product decisions. And the marketers and the practitioners and the platform managers are also eager to know how they should differentiate their budgets, price, and strategies of social advertising across different products. And here, we ask a specific question. What are the heterogeneous effects of the social ads and the social influence across different products? We focused on 3 things. Examining the effects of product characteristics on social ad effectiveness, identifying behavioral mechanisms at work in social ads, and informing the practitioners about the social advertising and personalized social advertising strategies. Well, social influence is very, very important and very important for the social advertising. It is very hard to identify them because social influence is generically confounded with homophily and external confounding factors. If we observe our behaviors correlated with our peers, it may not be because of social influence, meaning that my behaviors spread to my peers, or alternatively, my peers' behaviors cause my behaviors. It may also be because of the homophily, or birds of a feather flock together. Here, we are friends because we share the interests, preferences, and therefore the decisions. And the last possibility leading to these correlated behaviors is the external confounding factor. If we see everybody outside has their umbrella out, it may not be because of social influence or homophily. It may just because of the rain. As a result, the ideal solution to answer our research question is to use the large-scale randomized field experiments across products to identify the subtle but economically important peer effects on ad engagement across products. And we conducted a very large-scale randomized field experiment collaborating with WeChat, which is the second largest, maybe the most active digital social network in the world. This experiment was conducted on WeChat Moments ads, which are the social ads embedded in WeChat newsfeed, and they call it WeChat Moments. WeChat Moments ads are something very much like Facebook ads, but is even better for designing a study like this. And this experiment involves more than 37 million subjects across 71 products of 25 product categories. It lasts for 21 days, beginning in December of 2015. During the experiment, WeChat delivers its ads directly to the users, simply based on their age, gender, and city. When a user receives a new ad, they were randomly assigned into 3 groups or outside experiment. And in the control group, we hide all the comments and likes. We show 0 social cue to the user. And in the treatment group 1, we show maximum 1 like and hide all the comments. And in the treatment group 2, we show all the likes and hide all the comments. And most of the ads involved in the experiment were brand new. And during the experiment, each user can only receive 1 ad at a time. And each ad can only stay in WeChat newsfeed for maximum 48 hours. And after 48 hours, the user would receive a new ad. The randomization would reoccur for this new ad. As a result, this randomization is at the user ad level and also guarantees the sample randomly selected from WeChat ad users. And finally, we got about 20 million ad user pairs in each of the group. We find that showing a social cue created by our first-degree friend will make us about 34% more likely to engage with these ads. This provides the direct evidence showing that social ads is effective on average. However, this effectiveness is very heterogeneous across different products. And we plot the social ad effectiveness, which is measured by the effects of a like showing in ads for 71 products. And then 39 out of these 71 products are associated with significantly positive effects of social ads, and none of them is negatively affected by the social ads. And showing a like for the ads of Heineken beer will make us about 70% likely to engage with these ads, which is about 13 times as large as doing that for the ads of Disneyland. We then group the ads into 25 product categories. And we can also observe that this effectiveness of social ads is still very heterogeneous. About 19 out of 25 product categories associated with significantly positive effects, and none of them is negatively affected by the social ads, by showing the social cues in the ads. And the social ads are especially more effective for the ads of food, clothes, cars, and beverage. However, we didn't find significant effect associated with the ads of website of live service, TV shows, e-commerce platform, and credit cards. Showing a like in the ads for food will make us about 84% likely to engage with this ad, which is about 7 times as large as doing so for the ads of mobile game. And the most contagious products, meaning that the products are associated with the highest social ad effectiveness, are the Heineken beer, the Mini Cooper, the Dior, and Burberry. And here you might ask why some ads are more effective or more affected by the social cues than others. And here we are looking at this problem deeply. We focus on two theoretically motivated product types, the experience versus search goods, status versus non-status goods. And we found that social ads are especially more effective for the status goods than the non-status goods, meaning that we have significant incentive to show our social status or even want to maintain or increase our social status through our consumption behaviors or the behaviors associated with product decisions. However, we didn't find any difference between experience goods and search goods, meaning that the incentive to learn from our peers to make better judgments of the products is not that significant. And we also look at the personalized social advertising, meaning that we show the personalized social cues created by the friends of greater product expertise and social status in the ads, and to see how this personalized social advertising effectiveness vary across different products. And if we show the social cues created by our friends of greater social status, the social ad effectiveness is increased and increase more for the status goods than the non-status goods. And if we show the friends who have greater product expertise in the ads, the social ad effectiveness will also increase and increase more for the experience goods than for the search goods. As a result, this experiment and the study shows that the social advertising is effective on average, and this effectiveness is very heterogeneous across different products. The theoretically motivated product types moderate the social advertising and personalized social advertising effectiveness. And given that the social advertising has different value for different products, the advertisers should differentiate their budgets and invest more in the social ads for the contagious products. And the platform managers also should optimize the price and strategies of the social ads considering the heterogeneous effects. Thank you very much.
Really awesome. So proud of the work that's going on in this track. Paramveer and Shan, just two really awesome examples of that. Thank you for that. If you have questions, please come up to the mic. We have a few minutes for questions, and I can start it off. The last result that you showed is pretty interesting, and it sort of came very quickly at the end. So I think what you showed, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm right, is that the expertise or the status of the friend of the person seeing the ad that you show in the ad matters to how effective the ad is. And I think what you're saying is that that's important for what you're calling personalized social advertising, because it means not just that on average you should show friends in ads, but that it matters who you show in which ads and to whom to maximize effectiveness. Could you sort of walk us through that a little bit? Or?
Yes, because nowadays we have this large data, and Facebook and WeChat can observe the attributes of the users. So we can always target different users and to show different users for different, to show the friends personalized social cues, the specific friends for the users in the ads. And this could further increase the social advertising effectiveness. And in our research, we focused on two theoretical categories of personalized social cues: the social cues created by the friends of greater social status, and the social cues created by our friends with greater product expertise. Because in theory, we have two significant motivations in social influence. We want to learn from the friends with greater information, and also we want to show our connection with the friends of higher social status. And we find that both of these incentives exist because the personalized social cues with greater social status and greater product expertise has enhanced effects than the average. So that's what Sinan is talking about personalized social advertising, and that's why we focus on these two categories of personalized social advertising. And I believe there is more potential about personalized social advertising, which can further increase the social advertising effectiveness. Thank you.
There's a question from Michael.
For expertise versus status, what you've done, are there badges for status or expertise? Are there ways of using, just to use the simple economics word, signaling for these sorts of things, as opposed to categorization and assuming that you know the expertise or status of your friend?
And this is a great question, and we were considering about this in the study. But now we only assume, because we are close friends, sometimes we know you are from higher social status and have greater product expertise. And I think the next step is to use these results in the real social advertising strategies. Maybe we can use something to signal that, oh, this friend with greater product expertise, or that friend is richer than us, to see whether this explicit signaling effects are greater than this implicit signaling effects. Thank you.
Michael, one follow-up to that is that it's interesting to me here in these results that without any signaling, without a label that says this person is high status or this person has a lot of expertise, consumers, through their click decisions, are demonstrating that they already know this. They know who's high status, they know who has high expertise, and I agree, by labeling you might be able to enhance those effects, but it's fascinating to me to know that consumers are already taking all of that into account as they're deciding whom to react to and whom not to react to.
I think when one looks at recommendation engines, et cetera, this issue of explicit labeling versus implicit seems to be one of the most interesting areas for future experimental research in influence. So
Awesome.
that's why I asked.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the suggestion.
Thanks
you.
again, Shan.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.